to finding love, according to a growing number of experts, the spark is out and the slow burn is in. So we're continuing the conversation and getting real with members of our TAM fam who are single and navigating the modern dating scene to find out what that is these days. But first, here's a little bit about them.
I've been single for about 3 months.
I've been single for a year.
I've been single for about 2 years now.
I have been single my whole life, and we're hoping to change that in the future.
My biggest turnoff on a date is when they're just being overly negative. I'm a glass half full person.
My biggest turnoff is someone who asks me to pay the bill. My cardinal rules to dating is whoever asks should pay.
What is the best way to ask me out? Let me ask you out. If I'm interested, I will definitely let you know.
One of my peeves in dating is lack of communication or inconsistency with that. We're adults here. Just tell the truth.
I'm looking for someone who is high energy, optimistic, just a good person.
Someone witty and fun.
Someone who is open to new experiences.
An unapologetic, unconditional, genuine connection and love.
I love them! TAM fam, please welcome Jeff, Maxine, Jamie, and Maggie to our show. Thank you so much for joining us. I love how honest all four of you are. Maxine, I'll put you in the hot seat first. You're 27. You describe life dating in New York City as a roller coaster. You're back on the dating scene after a year and a half, and you say you base a lot of your decisions on having the spark, that the spark is where it's at for you.
Yes, I feel like if we can't vibe on the first date, there's no reason to keep waiting for something to happen.
What is vibing on the first date?
Like, we just click, you know, like we're having a good conversation. I'm not like, oh, is it time to go? Like, can I get out of here? Like, it just feels natural. It feels genuine, and I feel comfortable with this guy.
You feel like you want to call them when you get home.
Yes, like I'm excited to tell my girls. I'm texting the group chat like, okay, this might be something.
Maggie, you're 30, yes, and you've never had a long-term committed relationship.
I have not.
How do you define that?
I think it's, to your point, the spark can fade. So it's that commitment to like working and growing.
What's
with
the longest relationship you've had?
I think situationships are a very real thing in modern dating.
I
so
love you,
definitely pretty seasoned in those. The unclear communication, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
But we don't know what's next.
Situationships mean what exactly?
It varies. It can be, you want all the perks of a relationship without solely seeing that person.
Okay.
You go out to eat, you go out and dance,
But you describe, in my information that the team gave me, you describe yourself as more old school and bold.
Yes. So if it's old school, I'm bold in the sense of, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Oh. You write your name on the check with the number.
Okay.
Some people are nervous. You lob it to them.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you feel like you can't shoot your shot.
Okay.
But I shoot my shot.
You shoot your shot. I love it.
I shoot my shot.
Okay, Jamie, you're 29.
Yes.
You said you grew tired of going on dates that were going nowhere. You decided to date your ex. So you went.
Exes.
Your ex is.
Yeah, just 4 of them.
4 exes?
Yes. So I was single for a year, but before that, I was in a relationship for 3 years that ran its course, which could feel more single than single.
Yeah.
If people know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So when I got back to the market, I went online, and I've been living in New York for 10 years. I saw a lot of familiar faces on those apps that I saw 10 years ago, that I saw 4 years ago. So I said, rather than start from scratch on the apps with what I already know, why not go back? People evolve away from each other and get a divorce. Right. Maybe we evolve towards each other.
Okay, well, Elisa, you have a term for dating exes.
Yeah, it's called mystery in your history.
Exactly.
Mystery in your history.
I was determined to solve those mysteries.
I can hang out with the 4 of you all day, really. So you dated the exes. Was it a good idea?
It wasn't a bad idea.
But I used to think they're your ex for a reason. But is that wrong to believe that?
For a reason in that moment.
In
but
that
I also
moment.
like to
I
believe
love that
we
you
evolve.
said that.
Right.
Look at you dropping knowledge in your 20s. I like that. I like that a lot.
Well, that's also, I'm about to reach 30, and I think that's really what made me want to go back. I met these men when I was in my younger 20s.
Right.
I'm ready now.
Oh my God, I got goosebumps. Jeff, you're 41. You describe yourself as a romantic who wants to be in a relationship. You say part of the reason you're still single is that you are very straightforward and haven't found exactly what you're looking for. We heard you in your tape, and the audience reacted to it. What does straightforward mean?
I don't even remember saying that. I think the reason I'm still single is because I grew up with so much love around me. My parents are like Romeo and Juliet, minus the ending. They're just an amazing example of what true love can and should be. I also think that I was a little spoiled. I had a wonderful relationship with my high school girlfriend, a wonderful relationship with my college girlfriend. And then the real world came, and it was just different. You know, you're not in a bubble, and so yeah, I mean.
You say that some of the women you date have different ideas about how soon.
Yeah, some girls want to have sex on the first, second date, and
some guys do too.
I know
some
that.
People
Not
do.
me, but most guys.
Oh, so you're saying in the modern dating world, it's a little. You wanted to pull it back.
Yeah, I want to get to know someone, have fun, you know, kind of have there be a build-up.
I love it. Coming up, more from those on the front lines of the dating scene, including one of our panelists who was annoyed when she was asked for her Instagram page instead of her phone number. We'll talk about it after the break. Welcome back. If you're looking for love in the new year, do you chase the spark or consider a slow burn, or you date them till you hate them? That's the debate we're having this hour. Still with us, Jeff, Maxine, Jamie, and Maggie, all single, all looking for the right relationship and sharing their experiences on the front lines of dating. And by the way, most of our audience, about 70% of our audience, singles as well. Maxine, you dating app has led to something you call screen fatigue.
Yes.
And so you said you've done something called IRL, which means in real life dating.
Yep. Yeah, so we met IRL, we host singles events. I wanted something IRL in real life to connect with people and just meet people in person, not having to swipe on an image.
I love everyone looks like they're in the witness protection program. But I have to tell you, you know, and Faith can attest that words matter. For some reason, in real life feels better than speed dating, right? Doesn't it feel like a different sensation? I like that. Jeff, one of your pet peeves with the app dating is people don't use recent pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a pet peeve. It's an observation.
It's
real.
I mean, they're not dated, so I can't say for sure, but I've experienced that. And I even admitted to Greg when we did the pre-thing, I said, listen, I think that there was probably a time in my life, in my mid-20s, where I was on the dating apps that I was using pictures a couple of years older, where I looked a little bit better.
Right, because to me, that doesn't seem betrayal.
No.
Because it is.
Lack of awareness. I think it's more lack of. I think it's more lack of awareness.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because at least it was you at a time. I think you have for me, I feel you can use a picture that's up to 5 years old. No.
It's all about intention.
2 to 3.
This year, within a year.
6 months.
So basically, you're telling me I would be out here catfishing people if I would.
If you look about the same.
It should be recent.
It should be recent, like a selfie that night.
A lot can change in a year over years. A lot can change.
Okay. Ooh, I'm so happy I got married. Okay. Maggie, you went on a date recently, or you were out recently, and someone, rather than asking for your phone number, which is what people used to do, they asked you for your Instagram page.
Yes.
That bugged you.
Yeah, so just last year in total, April, like we were out dating, had a terrible experience, and kind of just took a hiatus. Was like, let me just focus on myself. October, Halloween, Stella got her groove back, and I was out, thriving. I was like, you know what, I'm 30. Like, just because it didn't happen in my 20s, like, it's a new decade. Like, let's do iconic things. Right? So I'm out, and I see somebody across the way, and I just like come here. Usher him over. Like, the hard work's already over.
Yeah.
So he had asked me then for my Instagram, and in my mind, and I confronted him in real life, IRL, and it was like, you're talking to me. Like, why don't you just ask me for my number?
Jamie, you had a recent date that led to an embarrassing moment, they tell me.
I'm
And
not
let me tell you,
embarrassed.
well, here's the deal. One of the things that I'm very mindful of, because I read another article in addition to Faith's article about how dating, single people don't want to be there for our fodder. So let me be clear here. We're having this conversation because it's what people face every day, not so that I, a married woman of 100, can judge the world that you live in today. But they did say to me that there was an embarrassing situation.
So
I don't know what it was.
I had a very, very modern type of date. I arrived at his apartment building. I went up, he was jumping in the shower, offered for me to let myself in. You know, gay men could be very comfortable. I kind of took off my clothes, served myself a drink. Some time passed, I messaged him, where are you? He said, I'm in the living room, where are you? And then I noticed it was apartment 311, not 301. I don't know how to explain what went through my mind in that moment, but all I knew was I needed to get out of there. I just grabbed my clothes, headed next door. He had the door open and just threw myself in like a prisoner from war that was just released.
That is one of the most epic stories that I've heard. But through this extreme dating comedy, you found a connection.
A connection for a couple nights. Yeah.
Okay, it is safe to say we will be visiting this topic over and over again. Shout out to Maxine, Jamie, Maggie, Jeff.